Yeah, good to go, right? Yeah. So, hi guys, welcome to the preview of fifth test, which is going to be a blockbuster for us, not for us alone, for the whole entire India. So, whether it's going to be a win or loss, it's going to be a greater event of test match where both the teams are going to battle hard to like one side it's going to be sealing the series and one side it's going to be leveling up the series. So let's have more discussion on this with our panel experts like hi Aditya and Arnesh Bhai. So welcome to the live. So today we are going to have a detailed discussion of how India and England is going to tackle it, because we have seen lots of changes in the England squad. Also, we have seen change in captain as well, where Stokes has been rested due to his injury, and in the Indian side also we are having missing a star player Bumrah. So there is a myth stated that if Bumrah is not playing in the Test match, like India team is performing very good with his pace attack. So last match we saw how India has performed, and also like it went in that way. So we have to say it right. So this welcome to the show. We are here. So yeah, first it's going with Aditya Bhai. So what are your thoughts about the team which have been made by the Indian side? So how it will be? So what will be the playing 11s?
Tomorrow the most important match for India. Like they are going to start already. The off-ground heat up movements have been started within Gambhir as well as the pitch curator. So everyone will have their eyes on the pitch as well as how we need to manage against the England, where they're having an upper hand as they are one more great compared to us. Like they won one more compared to us. So taking those things into consideration, where Rishabh Pant is not that fit, at the same time, Bumrah's absence of Bumrah will be definitely impacting our lineup. But there's a chance of winning it over from here. Like we just need to stick to our plans. And as Stokes is not present, their bowling as well as batting might get up a week compared to the strongest team of England team. So taking this as a good chance, we can go and we can get the play according to the conditions as well as pitch. So definitely there's a chance for us to win the fifth test and equate this Tendulkar Anderson trophy. For the first time it's happening, so we shouldn't give up as that easy as we feel.
Exactly. So that is what we need to prove it. And last time, as Pratik is mentioning over here in the comments, they are crybabies and hypocrites for from every angle. So now it's going to be Arunesh Bhai is going to give a detailed explanation of there is a lots and lots of changes. We are seeing Jofra Archer is going out, like we have like Jofra is out, Bryden Cast is out. Instead of him, we are getting Josh Tung, that's Kitson, Dawson, who like after played a long time, right? So after a decade of time, he again came into England team. Like he was also dropped. He bowled pretty decently well as well, but they have dropped completely. A complete bowling change has been happened. Got Kitchen, like Overton is coming in, Jacob Bethel is in, and also. So, what are your thoughts about them? So, are they trying to shuffle it up with new, fresh legs, fresh mindset of people to tackle against India?
Yeah, coming on to this, these changes, you don't expect a team who is leading the series to makes as many as four changes for the final test, because this is a matter of sealing the series, and we have seen that England cannot replicate the role of Ben Stokes in any other player. And right now they have got Jacob Bethelin, who is a promising superstar for the coming generation. But right now he doesn't have that experience which counts. And replacing Ben Stokes will be a key and a huge role in the England side right now, because of the fact that Ben Stokes has a fighting character in him, and he always picks up a wicket when the partnership is brewing in. And we have seen in this series alone that how many partnerships he has broken. So he's capable with the ball as well as with the bat. We have seen in the last test how he smashed Indian bowlers all around. And right now the confidence of the bowling unit of Indian team is shaken, but we have seen that Ben Stokes is not in the team, so it will give us a huge boost before the final test. But on the other side, we don't have Bumrah right now. As of now, it is not confirmed that whether he will be playing or not, but the reports are coming in that he will not be playing. So that will be a massive blow to the bowling unit of Indian side, as well as we have seen that historically in the Oval, the batting conditions become too friendly, and we need a bowler who can bowl long spells and get the batters out, because here the run rate as well as the score, like the scoring rate, is always on the faster side because of the outfield that we have seen, because there are a lot of practice pitches here in the Oval ground, and because of it the ball just flies off the bat and it runs away to the boundaries. So that's why the boundary count is also high in this Oval ground. We have seen that India will also miss Rishabh Pant. That will be a huge blow as well, because he got his maiden century in this particular ground along with KL Rahul in that historic, it was a great run chase. It was a good run chase that was tried out by KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant, a fighting one. So we have seen that here in the Oval, the pitch flattens out usually in the fourth innings. There is a stat that it is a ground where there have been most number of fifers in a losing cause. So that tells you that bowlers struggle here historically, and it is a ground especially favoring to batters. Initially, if you keep the grass, as we have seen the green tinge on the wicket right now, initially it will assist the bowlers, but in the fourth innings it flattens out. There is also a stat that in the fourth innings we have most number of centuries in this particular ground. So we have seen that effect of batting in this particular ground, and it will be a hard fought game with both the sides missing out their key players. And right now England, with those four changes, I will be speaking on that, is that my viewpoint on that is that right now Liam Dawson you was struggling after bowling out 40 or 40 plus overs in the last innings, so that's why he was left out. According to the sources, that Jofra Archer was not risked for this game because many of the like he was bowling well, although, but he has returned from injury, so that's why they are not risking him, so that he can play more number of test matches in the future. And Ben Stokes is always it is a forced change right now. But coming back to the changes that they have made, Josh Tung is a decent change, because uh, we, if you remember that in India in the first two tests, he cleaned up the Indian tail pretty well. So he has that pace in him, and he knows how to clean it up. And right now we have got Josh Tung, as well as now Jamie Overton is selected, but Jamie Overton's role is more of an all-rounder here. Like they are again trying to strengthen their batting more, because Jamie Overton has only picked one or two wickets in the only match that he had played in 2022 against New Zealand. So they are strengthening their batting because Ben Stokes is out right now, but their bowling will suffer in this particular contest, because Oval has always been a batting friendly ground as the conditions and the days pass out. So it will be a fighting game right now that we are expecting.
Got it. So our subscriber has asked, like, England going with four seamers, no full-time spinner. Does it suggest like green and lively helping seamers? Yeah, absolutely. It will help seamers. Why? Because 80% of the wickets in the last five matches has been coming out of the seamers. So if we see like good fast bowlers, if you have in the team, like that might be the plan. For spin, they have Root, who has bowled pretty decently. He can give middle overs as well. You can balance him with him, but with fast bowlers, it will be a tricky one as well over there. So let's see how it is going on, because the tracks is bit of bounce in the first innings. You will be getting bit of bounce in the first 15 overs. So pace will be there. So swing movements will be there. So a complete England pitch, England kind of cricket we can expect from over that pitch. And then it started to favor for batting as usual how it goes. So let's see some stats about it. Before going there, I want to go with Aditya Bhai regarding like new captain who has a young captain. Okay, Oli Pope is going to take charge. He has captained four matches and three he have won and one he has lost. That too, the loss has happened last year against Sri Lanka in the same oval ground. So how will be coming up to this? So what will be his
Yeah,
stuff?
obviously he's not having any kind of a pressure in captaining the team. Why? Because they're already in an upper hand. all they need to do is that they need to just go and hit their plans hard. If not, if they are unable to win, just they need to get that draw. That's the only work which they need to do over there. That's the only responsibility a captain is having for the last test. So that won't be any kind of a pressure. He can have his own matrix. He can just have all the permutations and combinations, and he can plan it pretty well. Why? Because he's already having a good experience of 4 test matches in which he already won 3, if I'm not wrong. So he's having a good experience as well. So a new young team where Bumrah is absent as well as Rishabh Pant, who's going to really trouble the England team, is absent. So obviously they won't have any kind of pressure at these situations. So that's fine for him, I guess. But the thing is that they need to counter it as fast as it's possible. India team, though they are young, they need to give a good comeback, as well as they need to see where they need to stop. We have Jadeja, we have good seamers, as well as we have good batsmen. So taking those things into consideration, they need to give a good fight back as their team has also a new one. So this one
Yeah.
would be a good tough and time match. The last match, I feel.
Exactly. And there is also a forced like there is also Jacob Bethel who is coming into the game. So like previously when like in the last 3 matches when he played against New Zealand in New Zealand he was playing at number 3. Like currently Oli Pope is playing at number 3, right? So in that series Oli Pope was playing as a wicket keeper. Now how the batting change will be coming out? So whether Jacob Bethel will be coming in number 3 or Oli Pope will stay the same position or else Jacob Bethel will be coming behind. So in the place of
Oli Pope,
Ben Stokes kind of way.
like Oli Pope has been playing for the past few years at number 3, so I guess he might not be changing his position. Bethel can come back to his the middle order where Ben Stokes used to play his game, so that might strengthen their bench as well at the middle order as well. So I think Oli Pope will be continuing his spot, and Bethel will be playing as a middle order batsman. That would be a good mesh up for them.
That will be a good suggestion or a good strong kind of setup, right? Yeah. So let's go to stats now. Well, I'm sharing you with some stats. So we can able to see like out of 14 matches which has happened head to head. So India won 1-2 and England has won 5. Other 7 matches have went draw. And India has also won last time when we visited England. At that time we won by 157 runs. So which is going to be a great boost for us. So last series we won it at Oval. So this time also it's going to be some kind of create a
Yeah.
motivation for us where we will be winning it. And last time we had some heroes in that team. So this time also the same heroes, some of the same heroes are there. While it comes to batting, it's going to be KL Rahul, so who is playing brilliantly as a opener, and he's also having the highest score of 149, and his average is 62 over there. Then next comes our Jadeja, 86 not out with an average of 34. And then here is a surprise package, Shardul Thakur. So with an average of 42, third highest average, and he also scored 2 half centuries when we visited over there. So these are the 3 major kind of players who have impacted few years back. So causing an important uh, part in winning that match. And then bowling wise, as usual, we are having Jadeja on the top with 15 wickets and Siraj on the next with 7. And also here also the same surprise coming in. Shardul Thakur is also in wickets column with 5 wickets. So we have seen him multiples of time. We are speaking about him. They are not utilizing him very well. He's very much underrated. There is no confidence on him. But in the previous series, he has proved that his worth in the team. So he can bat as well as he can bowl. He can bring crucial wickets into the wickets column as well. So what are your thoughts about these stats and these players, how they are going to perform? Arnish Bhai, your thoughts.
Yeah, as we have seen, Jadeja has always been the prime player right now for Team India whenever they are going outside because of the batting stability that he brings, and in also in the bowling department as well. He keeps the run flow to the point where the team wants, and he picks up the odd wickets as well. So he is that perfect foil that we need. And right now, as the stats that you have mentioned, this ground suits his batting even more. Right now, he is in the form of his life, scoring even more than a prime Joe Root era in this series because he has scored around more than 450 plus runs in this series alone, right now in 4 tests. So his batting services will always be required more when Rishabh Pant, your key player, is out of this test. So Batting wise, it's sorted. Jadeja will also get some help in the fourth innings of this match, as we have seen. There is a stat that in the fourth innings, in this oval pitch, it usually flattens out and it provides the best batting surface that we have. In the last test that you mentioned here against Sri Lanka that England played, Sri Lanka chased down 219, the target of 219 with much more ease and 8 wickets in hand. So that tells you that how much this pitch flattens out in the fourth innings. We have to take the mind to that there is a famous test that was played in at the Oval right now in 2021 as well. We have seen that how in at the last Jadeja was getting help from the rough. He got Hasib Hamid out from the rough, bowling from the over the wicket, and that's the kind of thing that I wanted to point out, that it will be conducive to the spinners as well, because this is a pitch which provides which is more like a subcontinent pitch. Initially, it is helping England with a green tinge, but as the days go on, it flattens out and it provides the spinners much needed help. So we have seen how that spin helps here, and that is how I wanted to bring out that India might look at Kuldeep Yadav as well, because in this match you will require a bowler who can pick you wickets when the batting is going on and on. So I am banking on him. And as you mentioned, Shardul Thakur, well, he's hard to ignore because he has got 350s here. The latest one being in the WTC final against Australia. It was a fighting one, and right now he's batting well as we have seen in the Manchester Test. And in the bowling front as well, he gets you those crucial wickets. Like he is also a partnership breaker, some sort, but we have seen that he's not being utilized much in the bowling department. So that raises a question, because right now the bowling is already weakened with the with Jasprit Bumrah being out of this match. So we need a wicket taker right now in this your team. So I'll be banking on Kuldeep Yadav to go to go ahead of Shardul Thakur in this particular match, and that's my take. And also regarding the famous match that I was referring to, it was a match that was played in 1980s, and Sunil Gavaskar scored 221 not out here at the Oval, chasing a target of 438. India went on to score 429 for 8 in that innings, and just 8 runs were left and the match was called off, like the day had gone off. So that tells you that how much batting friendly the surface becomes as the day progresses. So we need the strength in the batting unit. Dhruv Jurel is included in place of Rishabh Pant, so he will provide you that stability. He has shown the fighting spirit back in his debut series in India, when he got you over the line in Ranchi Test. So there will be batting services as well, but I will be banking on the bowling front, because you need to take 20 wickets whatsoever to win a test, and India needs to win this test to draw the series. So that's my take.
That's good. So what are like, see, you're backing up with a spinner, but England has gone with completely a different setup of fast bowling, complete fast bowling. There are no spinners in their lineup. So so what might be their plan to check onto it? So take attack against our. They will be planning to bundle up India with the fiery face, because both Overton and Atkinson can bowl 140 plus, where they will be filling the shoes of Jofra Archer and Chris Wokes, who can be able to swing your balls left or right, like bowling stump to stump lines. He will be too good over there. And also Josh Tunk hitting the duck hard. So all four are different kinds of bowlers. Like how India will be trying to tackle them up. Like when we are talking about batting, last match Rishabh Pant was not there. But even though our top four performed really well, top five performed really well. So after losing 2 wickets, there were four batsmen just stood over there and took to 400 plus runs. So which is an amazing thing. But so what do you feel, Aditya, by regarding this? So our top order against the fiery fast bowlers, the first 15, if they are opening the ball, if India is batting in the first innings, So it will be a completely different setup. So it will be playing a different one. So how it will be? So
The
what you
first 5-10 overs would be a crucial one. If they are not going to lose in the first 5-10 overs, obviously they are going to stand for a longer period of time. If you just go through it for the past four test matches, for the first 10 overs, if they lost any of the wicket, then the wickets are going to fall in a quick sessions. But if they are capable of standing in first 10 to 15 overs, then they are making a good partnership. They are getting habituated to the conditions as well as the pitch levels. Once they got that rhythm, then India is going to give it back a tougher fight. But if they are going to play a silly shot, or if they are going to have any kind of a mismatch or kind of a shot, you are going to pay the price for the entire nation. So this shouldn't be done. Yashashvi is in good form. Sudarshan is in good form. KL Rahul is in good form. And Gill. At the middle order, we can go with Jadeja as well. And Dhruv Jurel can bat as well. So taking these things, even Kuldeep can bat at test as well. So taking these many things into considerations, we shouldn't score less than 300 in this match. Like if you want to really win this match, you need to be at that end. So majority of the chances should be from our side. It shouldn't give a chance to the good bowling attack from England. So if they are going to follow the principles, and if you are going to give a good partnerships and all, India can easily manage to win this test match. But if they are going to play a normal shots, just like Sai Sudarshan, which played in the second innings, that's an unnecessary shot which created a fuss over there, and which made us to feel the heat. Though the Jadeja as well as the Washington Sundar came and gave a good end, it doesn't mean that every time it will work out. So we need to play. The top orders needs to be responsible, as well as they need to build the partnership. Once if it's done, that's easy from our batting side.
Yeah, that is very well articulated, Aditya bhai, that you have said that about the Indian team standing up, and yeah, we have Silva again. So yeah, I have a question for you, Silva. That what do you think about the role of a spinner here? Because right now England has gone completely opposite to the Indian think tank, because they are considering Jacob Bethel as the only spinning option alongside Joe Root. But on the other hand, we are hearing the reports that India is hell bent on including Kuldeep Yadav in the final test, because of the fact that it becomes a bit batting friendly, and we have seen that spinners usually enjoy the more conditions in at the oval. So, what is your take on this opposite strategies in both the camps?
Oh, I want to keep it simple. In the last 10 matches, if you see, there is no big performance from the spinner part. So the track has behaved completely for the seamers. Why India will be bringing in Kuldeep? Because they have rested the top bowler for last 4 matches. They have to provide him some kind of chances to win this. It's kind of a gamble kind of play they will be playing in this match. I think so. Why? Because our attacking bowler is not there. So Bumrah is the only one who can attack the batters with his fiery pace, line and length. But when it comes to like when Bumrah is not there, you have to bring your attacking spinner as well. Why? Because Jadeja is it's kind of a defensive spinner where all the 4 test matches he has played, it was more of a defensive kind of length and also kind of a defensive kind of field setup where he contained runs. And the same goes to Washington Sundar as well. He was not having that much of confidence as we saw in the 4th test itself. Like he was brought very much later in the after 60, in the 68th over only they gave him a chance, and then he proved like bowling. He bowled 25 balls. In his 25th ball, he took a wicket in that spell when he was bowling. So he also went a bit defensive, but his pure skill was about the drift, which was giving confusions for the England batters, where they try to make decisions irrespective of the line and length. So those kinds of things. So these two spinners are very much really good for this oval kind of pitch. But India will try to make him fit in over there. Why? Because Bumrah is not there. When Kuldeep is in, it will be a different kind of mindset, or they will try to play him. So that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree, because England has struggled with drift in the whole series right now. As we saw in the Manchester Test as well, how Washington Sundar defeated two of the England batters with the drift that he has. And Kuldeep Yadav always gets the ball to drift and then turn it both ways. So, and he's a left arm wrist spinner. So every team wants such a spinner in the side. And considering his form, I think it was high time that he had to be included. But let's see the decisions that India make. Right now, they haven't even officially ruled out Jasprit Bumrah as yet for tomorrow. So they
Well,
have
I think so. The medical team have said that it's been officially announced in all cricketing platforms. I think so. The medical team has examined him and they have stated that Bumrah can't able to play for the fifth test. It might be a gamble as well. To the outer world, they might be showing it as okay, we have trusted Bumrah, so we are bringing some other player. Based on that, you can able to tackle like those kinds of things. Because in the fourth test also, we are thinking whether Bumrah will be playing or not playing or not. Till last minute, it was been discussed, right? And then it was a surprise thing Bumrah is playing in. So those kinds of things are there. And one more question to Aditya Bhai. So if Bumrah is not there, like Indian bowlers are trying to make it up, as we saw in the same innings, like in the same test series, against like it was Akashdeep who was coming ahead, and Siraj was also one of them. So they both took one took five for another took 10 for okay. So what do you think? Whether they are trying to put Bumrah in the top position where they are feeling much pressure, less kind of situation where Bumrah is there. Bumrah will be taking care of other things. We just need to support him. But in the last three matches, whenever Bumrah played, there was no proper support from any of these fast bowlers. So it was the spinners who are trying to put the efforts and trying to close it up. But it is not the right way to bring new Bumrah with a new ball, end with a spinner new ball. Like it was happened when Ashwin was there, he used to bowl with a new ball. But other than that, we can't expect others spinners to do who are currently in the Indian team. So, what are your thoughts about it? Are they trying to over exaggerate Bumrah, and make sure he is in the spotlight, he can pick wickets? So, which makes him also the most number of workloads from the side, and also Siraj, the workhorse. So, he has bowled more overs than Bumrah and also played all the four tests. He will be playing for the fifth test as well, and also for the ODI, he might be in, and also for the T20, he also might play. So, what are your thoughts on that?
So when Bumrah is present, each and every bowler will feel okay. Bumrah is going to take this wicket. Now we need a wicket. We just need to bring Bumrah and just we need to get that nail biting Yorkers. So after having those things, the amount of pressures on the other bowlers would be uh, normally will be less. Why? Because they are completely relying on Bumrah. Bumrah will be taking care of it. But it creates more and more pressure for Bumrah as well as a workload. Like as he is bowling, his back is really having that kind of an injury. So if he needs to be done exceptionally well, you need to give some kind of a support. Even the Siraj supports, not only Siraj, we need other bowlers to support them as well. When Bumrah is absent, then each and every player in the bowling departments have that pressure and they are going to go according to their line and lengths and they have been exceptionally well. So this is a kind of a what they can psychological feeling. Like if Bumrah is present over there, we can rest. No one going to point fingers towards us. But if Bumrah is absent, each and everyone will be blamed. So taking those blames as they are unable to take them, they are playing it exceptionally well. So keeping this in mind, if you are going to play in such a way, when Bumrah is also present, Bumrah would have a less amount of difficulty in bowling, and even team will be having another alternative if he gets rested or if he gets any kind of treatment and all. Other bowlers can easily pick situations from there. So taking those things I feel they need to be a quick change in their mindsets. Not only Bumrah, if anyone's going to replace it, even if it's going to be Siraj, Akashdeep, or Arshadip, anyone can come and anyone. Your own role is to just perform your bowling. You need to make your bowling department strengthen with and without Bumrah. So they need to start playing in such a way that we are going to give wickets even though Bumrah is present or he is going to be an absent. So taking this, just they need to change their mindset. Once they change their mindset, the department would be pretty stronger and no one can even beat India in this WTC for the upcoming matches as well. Only lacking over there is at middle order as well as the bowling department. If these two departments get sets, then that's is a cakewalk for us to reach the finals.
That was a great
I
line.
have
Yeah,
yeah, I have a question for. I have two questions basically for both the panelists right now. That first question is that we are like concentrating on Bumrah's workload a lot right now. We're not caring about Siraj's workload right now because Siraj is just bowling and bowling and bowling right now with the BGT coming in, he played all the 5 tests. Right now, he has played all the 4 tests, and he has. There is a stat that from 2020 he has played most number of tests after Kohli. Like he's surpassed Kohli in this list. So he being a fast bowler who bowls such long spells, so Siraj's workload is also we need to monitor, because of the thing that in the last test we saw how Siraj was also struggling with his ankle at a point in the game. And first question is about the Siraj workload, and second question is that Arshdeep Singh is touted to make his debut tomorrow if Bumrah is not playing. So do you think the team management is still making a decision on whether to include Arshdeep or whether to go back to Prasidh Krishna, who has played 2 tests here? And I have we have seen that in the nets as well. There is a news coming in that Prasidh is bowling well, so there will be a decision making because of the thing that Arshdeep being a left arm seamer, he brings in that left arm angle as well, and the swing as well. But with Prasidh, you get the pace and bounce that will be required on this kind of pitch. So there will be a dilemma on that as well. So what's your take on these two questions?
Actually, we have 3 2 slots, like 3 4 slots are empty over there. For example, if you're going with Kamboj as well as Siraj as well as Bumrah, Siraj workloads needs to be drastically down at this stage, and Bumrah is not playing according to the sources. So taking those things, if you're going to add Prasidh Krishna as well, we do have another slot for a bowling. Why? Because we don't know Kamboj is going to make his appearance in the next test or not. So taking this, he can replace by Prasidh Krishna, and Kuldeep Yadav might be replacing Bumrah as well present over there. So depending upon the conditions, but if you are going to watch the past 4 5 matches record over there, the spinners are not getting enough amount of wickets in this surface. So if they want to change, they need to add Prasidh Krishna instead of Kuldeep Yadav. But if they want to gamble, as West spinners can perform pretty well in the oval, like just now, they can gamble over here and can bring some wickets through the Kuldeep Yadav. They can add Kuldeep Yadav. But most of the cases, I guess Prasidh Krishna or Arshdeep Yadav might be coming into the squad, but Kamboj might be replaced from his place. That's what I feel.
Kamboj. Why? Like they won't be going with Kamboj, I think so. Why? Because
That's
they will be trying to make sure there is fast as well as seam movement kind of uh, bowlers in the team. Like I have an also this question is raising me another question as well. So what it is means, sorry, hi Sagar. So we missed to address Sagar as well. So hi Sagar. So hi guys. And what is the issue here is like, see, we have taken such good amount of fast bowlers to the England team, England tour, but we have not seen Akshadip playing much of. Okay, he's a left-arm fast bowler, so he swings in white ball as well. That is, he has some kind of commodity with his bowling. Why they can't able to put him in the place of Siraj or in the place of Pratis Krishna in the first 2 matches itself? It could have created some kind of difference over there, right? So why are we missing those kind of tricks over there? So I like if a bowler is not performing well, we need to cut down the run and there itself we can able to put him aside, provide him training. You're going to see Prasidh Krishna as a fast bowler for the next 5 years. So how Bumrah served or Sarraj is serving, right? So if you're going to see him in that category, you should not break his confidence, right? By giving him providing him wickets as they are playing baseball, they are trying to hit him very hard. They are putting him same way like his line and length is also not good, so good. The first 2 test matches, like first test also he played like he was smashed for runs. So these kinds of things are there in the sense like you have to make him rest aside, provide him the confidence which he needs. Instead of him, you can put in some bowlers who are having some kind of commodity and then you try to different things. Right now they will be trying with Kuldeep Yadav, but when Kuldeep Yadav was needed, we didn't Indian team didn't even pick him, right. So we are much more concentrated on batting part. Like why? Because in the first test it happened. There was a complete loss of the lower order which happened for us. After that, again repeated in the same second test as well. And then we started to think of those. So fall of wickets, runs. The 30, 40 odd runs they took a batter in. But instead of that, if you took Kuldeep Yadav kind of a spinner, where he can provide you 2 wickets or one major wickets, or else he could have like more England batting lower order has provided them some kind of runs. Okay, so that could that be broken, right? So why we are missing those tricks? Whether the team balance is missing over there, or it's just the case we need to play with seven batters, four bowlers, like which includes one all rounder also. Kind of that they are trying to fill it up, kind of a T20 setup. Like if you see our team itself, test match team, it's kind of a T20 setup where complete batters on the top seven, how we will be having in a T20, two to three all like, and then also all rounder kind of setup, and then bowlers, kind of that it is there, not a necessary thing. So, what are your thoughts on this part? Okay, let's go with Sagar. Like, what are your thoughts on this, Sagar? So let's go with it directly.
Well, see, what I personally believe is that, especially when you're heading into test match, it is always better to have specialists rather than that someone who can just bat or someone who can just bowl. It is better to go with people who can bowl. I mean, who can short bowl and who can short bat. Like they are your go-to options no matter what kind of situation is. And I think that is where we saw the domination era in our test cricket until almost till that New Zealand series. Because after New Zealand series, we haven't won so many matches. It has been very less. I think one was obviously the second test in this series, and the first test which happened in Perth in BGT. Apart from these two wins, there we haven't seen any wins. And obviously the previous draw also, I think that is another confidence booster to our team. But if this is the thought that they would want to proceed, it is rather better to stick to it rather than again keeping on changing your formula or keeping on changing the mindset that you have in the upcoming series or upcoming games. That okay, in this series we have tried with three all-rounders. Okay, for next upcoming any overseas tour, we'll try with specialist batsmen or specialist bowlers. I would say it is better to stick to your plans and see for at least two or three series how it works out and how exactly it is giving you result. And rather than just chopping and changes in every test match or anything like that. And yes, coming to Prasidh Krishna's point, I think somewhere as a test bowler he needs to improve a lot, and with the kind of action that he has and the kind of bowler that he is, obviously in pitches like Australia where hit the deck hard, or where in that kind of bouncy pitches, obviously he could be lethal in the upcoming years as he develops himself as a bowler. But when it comes to conditions like England or New Zealand, where you see there is a lot of swing rather than bounce, so that is somewhere I think if he works upon himself, he can probably go on to be like an Ishant Sharma that we had seen in so many years. That even though he had that height and similar kind of the release point that Prasidh Krishna and Ishant Sharma has. So somewhere Prasidh Krishna can go on to have that kind of a stature where he'll create himself a name rather than being called the next Ishant Sharma. Prasidh Krishna will be the Prasidh Krishna himself, giving us important breakthroughs and obviously bringing in that bouncer attack, that what we call as one of the best option when you go into test cricket once the swing of the ball is gone. And obviously, yes, one more point that I would like to address here is that somewhere what we are seeing is the continuity of fast bowlers, especially in our Indian domestic or Indian core, is not there. Like we had what we had seen in so many years, the like especially when Kohli was the captain, we saw that the fast bowling attack was fixed. You had an Umesh Yadav, then obviously Mohammad Shami, Bhuneshwar Kumar, Ishant Sharma, and they were all fixed. And once Jasprit Bumrah came in, it added more strength to our bowling attack. But I think once Bhuvi was sidelined, and then Ishant Sharma, Mohammad Shami also is going through injuries, we haven't seen that set bowling attack that we have. Bumrah is the only person out there who's been set. And there are different people being tried on in every series. We had Harshit Rana who was tried in Australia series, and in this series we are seeing that Harshit Rana is nowhere. All of a sudden we have an Anshul Kamboj coming in. Krishna was there in the previous series, and again we are seeing him in this series, but he hasn't been that much effective. So I think it is rather better. Obviously they are all young kids and they would need some test matches or probably one or two series to get used to uh, the quality that they are playing against in the international side. So it is better to give them, let's say, one or two series and then just observe that how exactly they go about it. So that is what I had my take about this.
Oh, hi Anirudh, welcome. So, like
Hi,
as
Anirudh.
you said about we need to develop them, make them into good, solid fast bowlers as they are kids, right? Like why they can't play into the domestic circuit games? So, like as we are having Ranji Trophy matches, so there are lots of red ball is going on, but we couldn't able to see much participation in the red ball when they debut for India, and then they're just sidelining those Ranji trophies, and they're not participating in those stuff. So if BCI makes this as a rule, if you're not playing for India, how they did for Kohli or Rohit, like when they lost against New Zealand, they made a kind of like a statement that you have to play for your state team, you have to go to your Ranji teams and you have to play. Like the same has to be done for like every year and every season it has to be provided. If a player who has debuted for India is not playing for India or not selected for a series, he has to be just pushed into the red ball cricket where BCI and their analysts and their panels has to have a look into him and say that see, if you want to get a chance, you have to prove yourself and you have to have some kind of rhythm in red ball, then only we can able to get it. So you have like, we have seen Ishwaran, we have seen like we can say an example of Ishwaran and Karun Nair. They have been knocking the doors of the selectors for so long and they got selected. Karun Nair unfortunately he couldn't able to perform well in this series, but when we take like the in Ranji Trophy seasons or the white ball cricket, Vijay Sare, whatever the tournaments which is going in the national level, he has been performing very well. Same applies for like Ishwan also. He has been kept on knocking the doors about it. And we can see about Anuman Vihari also previously. Like he also did the same thing. Like he was scoring tons and tons of runs to make sure he's getting selected in the Indian team. And now Jagadishan, a Tamil Nadu player, like he also did the same thing. He was also having average of 47 in the first class. And we have lots and lots of players who are trying to put maximum effort in the test like in the Ranji Trophy matches, but couldn't able to make up to the Indian team. But the selection is based only on the white ball cricket. I'm not degrading Sai Sudarshan for it. Why? Because they have selected Sai Sudarshan on the form which he was in the IPL. He played beautifully. He played brilliantly. His technique is good. Everything is good completely as a batter. But there are other players who have been performing day and night to get a seat in the Indian team, but where they are not getting recognized. For example, Wasim, like Jafar, like a batting legend, local batting legend, we used to say, but he couldn't able to cash in. He has not provided much chances. So why that is happening? So it has to be changed completely. If you want to say change the setup, we have to change the complete setup of Indian selection itself. So as Gambhir mentioned, we won't select basically with the white ball tournaments or stuff. We will be directly looking into the red ball tournaments, red ball series matches, and then we'll be. But the selection is not going in that way, right? So your thoughts? Anyone can give the thoughts on this part.
No,
I think you brought in the right point about Easwaran. That sorry, Anirudh. Just I'll bring this one point that Easwaran was there in team and literally 15 people debuted before him. Easwaran has been in the Indian squad for so long. 15 people have debuted after him, but still he hasn't got a chance. So sometimes, and he has captain India side for so many years also, and but still he's not yet got a chance. So that something tells about the kind of culture that we have currently, that if you're performing well in the IPL setup, then it is somewhere easier, although the coaches or anyone in the team management might tell that we'll select based on red ball, or this is not how we are going to select. But sadly the truth is that if you're performing well in IPL, it could easily make open the doors towards your India debut, beat any format for such. I mean, T20 it is still understandable because it's like proper same to same kind of a format. ODI also I would still say it is still okay, but when it comes to test setup, it is actually better. If you look at people who have been striving hard in the county seasons, or people who have been performing so much in the Ranji season. And somewhere I feel that a player like Yuzi Chahal, well, previously he was only seen as a white ball player, but now in the past 1 or 2 years we are seeing him that he's continuously playing county and he has been doing well there also. Even when it comes to IPL, he's been doing well in IPL also, but we cannot see Yuzi Chahal anywhere beat in the white ball setup or in the red ball setup. So, and again, this also brings us to another debate, that how can everyone play inside a team? That also brings up a debate as well. So I mean, it is still better that you go ahead with people who are actually doing well with red ball, rather than just selecting people based on IPL performances. Yes, Anirudh, if you would like to continue from here.
No, what I was trying to say is that the coach itself has been selected based on the IPL only. Why Gautam Gambhir was selected as a coach? Because he won IPL 2024. So, starting from the coach to the team selection, everything is done based on IPL. But talking about Abhimanyu Easwaran, if IPL performances are preferred, why Abhimanyu Easwaran never comes in an IPL auction? Why no IPL team gives chance to him? that question also I want to ask, because maybe if you give chance to Abhimanyu Easwaran in the IPL, maybe he can perform well in the IPL. He can come into the test team, right? But he never gets an opportunity in the IPL. So that is what is very sad, actually.
Even
Exactly.
Cheteshwar Pujara as well.
Yes.
No, but Cheteshwar Pujara at least played a few seasons, right? He played for RCB, he played for Punjab also, he played.
CSK also he was
Till
picked.
2014, he
Yes.
played for IPL. He played IPL. But Abhimanyu
Recently
Easwaran,
for CSK also he was picked.
Mm-hmm.
And he also played some practice matches. There was some kind of stats coming out. He was smashing 12 balls, 50 runs. Like those kinds of things were also coming out in the media about him. After that, he was also completely banned. So he didn't do anything wrong in his career. So, but he was kind of a wall for us, the Indian team, but he couldn't able to make it up. And then even Rahane was also like he was giving press meet to the English media stating that I'm asking, trying to fire connect with the selectors, but I couldn't able to get any chance to meet them or speak with them regarding this. So it's these are all legends who made our Indian cricket test team into next level. So, but they are still in. They couldn't able to find a chance. It's not a right way to move again after them, right? So there is no proper retirement for them as well. There is no proper send off. Everything is posted in social media, and social media pages are putting them videos. That's it. Bye, done and dusted. So these kinds of culture is coming in India, whereas in other side they are producing proper send off for their legends, even though they didn't
No, I
do up.
disagree with, because we have just seen Nicholas Puran and Klaasen. They didn't get send offs. They just retired and went like that.
They didn't retire in between a series, right? They by themselves they retired, right? They didn't retire in between of series like how Ashwin did. Like there was not even a god of honor for Ashwin, right? You guys know in the dressing room, they know, right? Ashwin is going to retire. At least you can inform in the front of media. At least you can speak with him, stating that here Ashwin, you are going to get retired. Fine, we are okay with that. Like next test match you're going to play, that's going to be a final test match. We are going to give you a proper send off from our end, and we are going to make our opponents also to give a proper send off. That should be there. But Klaasen, no, like after completing IPL and then after finishing, he was just like that. He did it, announced retirement. Nicholas Puran was also the same thing. Like Nicholas Puran, we can't say them like there is no proper send off. Why? Because there is some kind of disputes with the board of West Indies cricket as well. So we can't able to.
No, Andre
Russell got a good.
send off.
Exactly,
Yes.
but he was in the team, right? Even though what are the issues are happening, Russell was in the team, the series was happening. If Nicholas Puran was in the team, okay, if we didn't announce any kind of retirement, he would have been in the T20 team. The T20 result would have been different. At least 2 matches they would have won.
True.
That is completely a different setup. This is completely, we can't compare those two things. See, West Indies is a small country where we can't compare cricket with them. The cricket has been down for the last 10 years, last 10 years. So it's going down, 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 down. But India is not like that. We have seen legends who are taking the cricket higher, and we have represented everything. But we are like Ashwin is a match winner, Kohli is a match winner, Rohit is a match winner. Match winners are not provided anything. Then what is the use of it? Nicholas Puran is just 29. If he stays in the game, he can play till 35 or 34. But not about Kohli or Rohit. They're already 35, 37. Ashwin is also the same thing, 37. So what we can do? So there is nothing, like it's our mistake and it's our error. We have to accept it. We can't compare with other cricketing nations.
Yeah, definitely. And another thing I saw in the reports, like BCCI is almost going to sack Morne Morkel and Ryan Tendaskate from the management. So your take on this?
Then they have to go with Gambhir also. They also go with Gambhir also. Then it's completely different topic. We have to put another.
Yeah,
podcast.
we'll have a discussion on that as well when it will be official, I think.
Yes,
right
yes,
now there are reports only. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I have a question. One
No,
more,
already I think
regarding the
Abhishek Nair and T. Dilip were sacked from the management. Now I think they are going to sack Morne Morkel and Ryan Tendaskate, and that they also have also said it is irrespective of, even if India wins the last test match, they might sack both of them.
yeah, there are reports about that, but
reports
it's not official right now.
Let's go there. Like
So let's wait for an.
Yeah, Arnish bhai, yeah.
Yeah.
You're
So one last question regarding coming back to the test that is starting tomorrow. I want to know your point of view regarding the England bowling attack, because we have Vokes who has played all the tests. We have Josh Tongue who has played two tests, but we have two inexperienced seamers. Not that in that way. Jamie Overton is inexperienced. Yes, he has played only one test, but Gus Atkinson has been there with the team, but he's also coming back from an injury. So the pace attack of the England team has also changed a lot for the final test. So how do you think this will affect on a wicket that supports batting even more than the other pitches in England?
Uh, like I want to tell, like the first session is going to be the most important one. First 1 hour, if India is batting first, okay, and anytime India is batting first in the first innings or in the second innings, like whenever whatever it is happening, it's going to be the first one cruise 1 hour. It's going to be 1 hour or 45 minutes going to be the crucial one. Why? Because these bowlers are completely a different kind of one. But Hutchinson has proved his place by playing few testers, and he also proved he's kind of all-rounding batter with his ability and also bowled very well. Jamie Overton is going to be a testing period for him. Why? Because we have top batters who have performed brilliantly in the last four test matches. It's going to be a completely new setup, new fast bowling, fresh legs, especially fresh legs. So that's, I think so, for that purpose they have gone into this kind of setup, and they are going to be, England will be tested for sure. They're not big great bowlers and all. So they're also fresh bowlers. How India is right now facing the same thing after the retirement of Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad. It's also a small bowling lineup, a new bowling lineup, kind of a babies. So if you want to say those kinds of people right now, the team is into that. So they will also be tested, and then it's up to our Indian batsmen how they are going to tackle it.
Yeah, definitely, and I think like now even England are also having a new captain for tomorrow's Test match. So we need to see how whether Oli Pope can do captaincy like how Ben Stokes did, and whether they can continue that baseball approach, which is also we need to see. And I think Akash Deep is expected to return to the Indian team for tomorrow's match. So definitely, I think in place of Anshul Kamboj, Akash Deep will come in, and even Kuldeep Yadav is also likely to play.
Obviously.
Yeah,
So
Yashwant Bhai is saying all three Deeps will play: Kuldeep, Akash Deep, and Arshdeep. But I think Kuldeep and Akash Deep, I think definitely are close to playing. But whether Arshdeep will play or not, I'm not so sure. And Dhruv Jurel will also come in place of Rishabh Pant.
yes, there is no keeper for us. So Rishabh Pant is injured, so we have to go with Jurel only. So that's the thing. And we also need to discuss about Shubman Gill. He is just 8 runs away from creating a record, most runs by captain in
89
a
runs away. If he
89 runs.
scores 89 runs, he will break Don Bradman's record.
I'm talking about Indian record, which Gavaskar has
Nah,
created.
if you break Don Bradman's record, it's a world record, right? That's why I think.
Okay, fine. When it comes to Anirudh, it's going to be a Guruji who will be keep on finding errors and errors, where even if it
No,
is
no,
slight.
not errors. I'm not talking about errors actually.
Okay,
You're
like
about Indian record, I'm talking about world record. I'm talking about
okay,
something
fine.
bigger.
What? Okay, let's talk more bigger and bigger. So first, let's go with this. Like whether he will be like just 8 runs needed to break Gavaskar record of most runs as a captain in a test in a series. So your thoughts, our panelists' thoughts about like how Shubman Gill played. So his techniques were questioned when it comes to England. So previously we have seen like lots of question mark was raised over there. Like how?
See,
Sagar,
that is
bye.
what makes a long-standing cricketer. The same thing happened with many legends. Also, it had happened with Sachin Tendulkar. Also, even it happened with Virat Kohli. Also, in the 2014 England tour. After the tour, there were literally, talks that he should be removed from the Test team. Why is he even included there? And then he proved his worth even as a captain in the Australia series in that very year, like the 2014-15 series. So that is where characters are made, and that is where players are respected. And there is always one saying in cricket that if you are able to crack Test cricket, you are respected throughout the world. No matter which opposition it is or which kind of a crowd it is, you would be respected throughout the world. And I think Shubman Gill is not even slowly, I would say, he is very fastly, quickly getting into that league as well, because he scored runs in Australia, he scored runs in now in England also he scored, and he's almost, to put it into context, he's 90 runs away to just break the world record also. So even if if he gets to do that, that would be such a great achievement, that you have done it in your very first assignment as a captain. And obviously, no matter what kind of pitches England prepare, or what kind of bowlers England have, or the quality of the bowlers that they have currently, to go in England and to draw a test match, or let's say if things would have been right, we would have probably gone on to win this test match. But even if they win the tomorrow's test starting tomorrow, and if they even manage to draw the series, that would obviously be a very great thing for Shubman Gill as a captain, that in a very first assignment in a Sena country you have gone and you have drawn the test match. That in itself would be a great achievement. And to add to that, he would also have a world record to his name, that the most runs scored in a test series. So I see, well, personally, what I would say is I doubted the management decision when they appointed Shubman Gill as the captain. I somewhere thought that Rishabh Pant could have been a more better captain, because as a test cricketer I respect Rishabh Pant a lot, and I thought that he had the brain to get the test match going on. But somewhere Shubman Gill also, he's looked very solid, and I'm pretty sure that even in the upcoming series or in future as well, he might also go on to become another legendary captain for India in Test cricket. And I hope he does that, because he's still only about 23 or 24 something, and easily he's got another 10 years or 10 to 11 years at least to play. And I'm pretty sure that he will continue as a long time Test captain for India as well. And imagine having a Test captain who's continuing for at least the next 10 or 11 years. That would bring in so much continuity in the Test team, and there are not so many chopping and changes as well. So yes, Shubman Gill is obviously the next prince in the making, because we had a god, we had a king, and now we obviously have a prince also who's coming up. So let's just not jinx too much or put so much pressure on him. I'm sure that he's the next big thing in Indian cricket.
Yeah, and,
Absolutely.
actually under Gill's captaincy, they already one achievement is done. Shubman Gill is the only Indian Test captain to win a Test match at Edgbaston. Already that achievement is sealed. So one first of many more achievements to come for Shubman Gill as Indian captain. We can say that.
Okay. So next, so we are going to jump into another part of the world, like which is our neighboring nation, near to us, very much near to us. That is Zimbabwe. A test is happening over there. So Zimbabwe versus New Zealand. So Matt Henry has picked up 6-4. So here are, like, I will be providing you some stats. Based on that, let's have a discussion about them. Okay. So totally is having 10 years of career in the test. Okay. So in the first 5 years, his average is around like 55 and just picked 30 wickets. But in the next 5 years, his wickets have been 96. It rises to 96. Like total wickets are around like 126. Like first 5 years, it has just 30, and the next 5 years, it's around 96 at a strike rate of average of 22 and average of just at an economy of just 2.97. And also in the first 5 years, like he couldn't able to take any 1 5 for also, but in the next 5 years, second half of his career, he has taken 5 5 fours. So how you guys are seeing this as a change, and what makes him a difficult bowler to play on? Because we have seen him in the white ball also. So how you guys see him? What makes him special, and what kind of changes he has done? He split his career into 5 parts. So sorry, 2 parts. 10 years, 5 5. So a drastic change as a fast bowler, right? So your thoughts on that?
I will add one point. Actually, Matt Henry is another version of Josh Hazelwood, I would say, because in T20 cricket, he is able to adapt his lengths according to T20 cricket, which is exactly what Josh Hazelwood does. Like that back of the length, slower ball he bowls. Sometimes he mixes up his pace. Suddenly he bowls the Yorker. It's very difficult to predict what Matt Henry will bowl, and that's why even in T20 cricket he is very successful. Even in Test match also, if you see, he bowls those hard lengths actually. Sometimes it reverse swing. There will be some reverse swing. Sometimes it swings away. So I think that is where I think he's able to trick the batters and he's able to pick up wickets. So I would say that Matt Henry is the Josh Hazelwood of New Zealand.
Okay, that was a nice comparison when it comes to this part. So that's it,
Okay,
guys.
Selva bhai,
So
just I think we'll just
mm,
quickly, finish it off by asking that who do you think could be the possible, or
playing
what are
11.
the possible changes that you could see for tomorrow? I mean, England has already announced, obviously their captain is not there, and so many changes we've already talked about it. So, what are the changes that you all see when it comes to the Indian setup? I guess we can go one by one and just quickly finish it off.
I will tell that the batting order won't be completely changed. So it will going to be the same thing. Where instead of Pant, it will be Jurel will be coming in. Instead of Bumrah, it might be Akash Deep or Akshadeep. So any one Deep will be in. Okay, cool. Like and we can say instead of Kamboj, there will be Kuldeep Yadav playing in. Other than that, we can't see much changes. Why? Because they will be trying to fit Kuldeep Yadav in as a spinner. Why? Because there is no attacking bowler from our side. Siraj is also going more economically or more defensive kind of setup when it comes to his bowling part. So that's why they will be trying to fit in Kuldeep to attack the batters of English cricket because they have not played much of wrist spin that to Kuldeep Yadav kind of bowler in the past. So they will be trying to make some kind of what to say mind games with them with Kuldeep Yadav, making them feel more difficult when it comes to here. So yeah, this is my playing 11. Only three changes: Punt out, Jurel in, Compose out, Kuldeep in, and then if Bumrah is out, then Akash or Akshadeep. So any two one will be.
Yes, Aditya bhai, what are your views on the playing 11?
So similar thing, bro. But what about the Shardul Thakur? We need to have Shardul Thakur to be fixed anywhere else, so that we do have a batting all-rounder present in our team. That would be an added advantage. So instead of Kuldeep, we can go with Shardul Thakur. Why? Because even the stats won't be supporting the wrist spinners present over there at that conditions. So if you are not going to take Kuldeep, we can just go with Shardul Thakur. That's it. Apart from that, everything would be the same.
So, two contrasting views so far. So, Arunish bhai, it would be interesting to hear from you that would what would you think of
Yeah.
the playing 11?
Yeah, I will go with Selva Bhai again because Kuldeep brings in that wrist spin factor to so it can help in taking the 20 wickets that we have discussed around in this show. So my changes would be Shardul will be going out and Kuldeep will be coming in, and then we have Akashdeep coming back in for Bumrah, and then in place of Anshul Kamboj, I'll back Arshdeep Singh to make his debut in this test.
Bro, what
And
about
then we
Prasad?
have Dhruv Jurel
Pant,
in
bro.
place of Pant.
Pant is injured.
Yes,
He
yes.
will not play.
Pant is supposed to change. We can't able to make it. We can't. We
Dhruv
don't
Jurel
need to
will
discuss.
definitely be playing.
We,
I don't
we won't.
see Jagdish playing in place of
No,
Yes, yes,
Pant.
we won't play.
yes.
Jurel will
Anirudh bhai, yes, Anirudh bhai, are your changes the same, or you have a different opinion on this?
Yeah, like in place of Rishabh Pant, Dhruv Jurel will come in. In place of Anshul Kamboj, Akash Deep will come in. And in place of Jasprit Bumrah, Kuldeep Yadav will come in. These are my changes for tomorrow.
Okay, so I mean, I am also pretty much on the similar lines. So yes, obviously, but I don't know. There are many reports stating that Bumrah might play, and some reports stating that Bumrah might not play. So let's say if Bumrah plays, then instead of Anshul Kamboj, I would like to see Kuldeep Yadav coming in. But let's say if Bumrah isn't playing, then obviously in place of Bumrah there would be
Akash,
Akashdeep, and in place of Anshul Kamboj you can bring in an Arshdeep Singh. And yes, another force change obviously with Rishabh Pant not playing, then you can have Dhruv Jurel coming in. So these are the only changes from my
I think
side. So yes,
Raj Bhai is asking whether KL Rahul will keep the wickets. But if Dhruv Jurel is coming in, Jurel can keep the wickets, right? So that is
well,
a
I think
force.
that brings in another interesting change that let's say if
And
KL keeps the
interesting.
wickets, so why can't India give a chance to their long-standing debutant in the name of Abhimanyu Ishwaran?
Abhimanyu
That
Ishwaran,
could
exactly.
that could
That was
obviously be a possibility as well. So I think a good point brought in by Rajbhai as well.
No, because
So
why
yes,
saying Jurel is because Jurel down the order he will be that stable batter who will offer stability.
then even
Abhimanyu is
Abhimanyu is
top of the order.
in test match.
KLS
It's
kept
not about.
wickets in test.
Uh,
previously?
No, in Test match, it's not about top order or middle order. If you're coming in the sixth, if it is above 80 overs, you're going to play with the new ball only. So it doesn't going to change, right? So
No, but like why I'm saying is it's a must-win match, right? It's not a normal match, and Abhimanyu Iswaran has not been given chance yet. So if they had to give chance, they could have given it at the start of the series. But now with a must-win match, you need to win this match to
then
square the series. So
Should
Jurel was
also
also
not.
not. Jurel also not played in matches, right? In England, he's also kind of a debuting only, right? In
no,
terms
like
of
he has
batting,
proved in Australia, right? He has proved in Australia. He has played. He played
Australia
IPL.
is. Bro, Australia is different. Even Prasidh Krishna proved his worth in Australia, but he didn't prove his worth in England. Two different countries, two different conditions, two different pitches. We can't
No,
compare
like I'm
Australia with
talking about
England.
match experience. Test match.
Test match,
We-
bro. If we have a conversation, see, I'm coming to your point. Even what to say, Prasidh Krishna is having an experience of Test match playing in Australia, where that experience came in England. He didn't prove his experience, right?
yeah.
It's a
No,
lot
like
about experience.
thing
Players
is,
who are trying
there is
to.
a difference between a player that has not made his debut, and there is a difference between a player who has already made his debut and played. In that angle, I'm talking.
But I want to know suggestion. I want to know the result rate. What Prasidh Krishna did in this corner only we have selected him, but Prasidh Krishna did prove his worth, right? He do improve his place, right? So we can't know what a player will give to us. So it's based on how they are playing. What is their mindset? If tomorrow Jurel goes out in the duck first ball itself duck. I'm not saying it should not happen. For example, I'm telling you, if it happens, then we will blame Jurel, right? Instead of
Yeah.
Jurel, like KL could have wicket kept and we could have Abhimanyu Ishwaran. Anything might happen. Like we even blamed Karun Nair as well. The same thing. He played well, but he didn't score a big run. Because of that, we dropped him. After the series, he won't get any kind of chances in Indian cricket. For sure, he's already 35. For sure, he won't get any chances. Then what we are going to do?
No, no. Like maybe they can give him chances in Indian the series.
Then all our then all our debutants should be debut in India, so they can score more runs. Okay,
No,
so
no.
that
I'm
should have been
talking
happened.
like you are saying Karun Nair's test career is over. I'm saying maybe they can give him one last chance in Indian conditions, because whatever it is, overseas conditions and Indian conditions are different, right? Maybe what if
We
he
have
performs in India and scores a century? That is also possible, right?
that there was lots of chances previously, but after everything is coming to end, we are trying to bright the light up. It's not a worth of talk when it comes to this part. They won't consider Karun upcoming days. He has already
Midst of all
signed.
this,
He
has
is
KL
like
kept wickets
KL
in
kept
test
wickets.
in tests?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't kept wickets. That is also a great thing. That is also a question.
So his workload is also very important because he will stay on the crease for long, opening the
And
batting.
also we are getting the ODI series as well, and also T20 is coming up for us, and also Asia Cup is coming up for us. There are lots of white ball stuffs is also coming up for us, where KL will be an
No,
important
Asia
player.
Cup is doubtful actually, but I am sure India will participate in the rest of the things.
Why doubtful?
Well,
It's
I
one.
think
Because of
well,
certain
I think Asia Cup is a topic that we can discuss.
This
So
is
it's still
tomorrow.
around months away. So I think
Yeah.
we have pretty much covered all the topics starting for
Exactly.
tomorrow's test. So yes, thank you everyone for joining in. Obviously, I joined in late. Silva, you can take over from here to give your concluding lines.
No, it's going to be Sagar who's going to give a conclusion over here. So we want Sagar to give it. So let's complete with Sagar. It's going
Okay,
to be
so I
first.
mean, pretty much yes. Series is very well poised at 2-1. Probably another series which we hope that it ends in a draw 2-2, and and more so that Shubman Gill also ends up creating history as well. Hopefully, a world record as well, as what our Anibhai mentioned. That let's hope he gets to the world record, and most importantly, India also gets a win so that the series ends in a draw. So I think yes, thank you to all our panelists for joining in, and thank you to all our viewers also for joining in for so long. A pretty good 1 hour discussion that we had around tomorrow's test match. So yes, hoping for another good 5 days of cricket, because that's what we have seen in all the 4 test matches, that it has gone to all the 5 days, and that itself brings the beauty of test cricket, and hoping that the final match of this series also ends on a high. So yes, once again, thank you everyone for joining in, and goodbye. See you tomorrow.
Bye. See you tomorrow. Bye, guys.